Imagine living in a city where getting killed or killing somebody is pretty much a part of everyday life. And in that city, gang violence and everything that occurs with gang violence is accepted as normal and basically a normal way of life. And even if you are in a gang and not in a gang, the violence that occurs in the city is just as equally as likely to happen here. And that is the city of Chicago. The city of Chicago, with the violence that happens between gangs and the violence that doesn't happen between gangs, all leads to Chicago having the most murders in 2012 by a landslide. And it happens to all people of all race, gender, age, doesn't matter if you're black, white, young or old, or male or female. And that is why I'm here to discuss the violence of gangs in Chicago, the violence outside of gangs in Chicago, and the homicides that occur within the city. And that takes me into the conversation of gang-related violence. The Christian Science Monitor reported that Chicago led the country out of all the cities, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and New York, in the amount of gangs and gang affiliations it has. It leads the country with the amount of gangs, with having 70 to 100 estimated gangs throughout the city, and an estimated 68,000 to 150,000 gang members in the city. And the Chicago Sun-Times did a report of a YouTube beef. I don't know if you guys know what beef is. It's an altercation between two people. Basically, it all started with an 18-year-old rapper by the name of Lil JoJo, Joseph Coleman, and he placed a video on YouTube taunting another rapper you guys might know, Chief Keef. And he was taunting Chief Keef and coming at Chief Keef's gang, and they were in the opposite gangs. JoJo was a member of the Gangster Disciples gang, which was popular in Chicago, and Chief Keef is a member of the Black Disciples gang. And I will show you a music video of some gang violence that occurs in Chicago, so you get a little glimpse of it. But I can't play the sound because it's a little inappropriate. So I have this little toy I found. Lil JoJo is right there. Now, if you look closely, you might see a couple things that probably shouldn't be in a music video. Those are all real. And that's supposed to be music entertainment, by the way. If you guys want to go on YouTube and look up the lyrics, you'd be surprised at what he's saying right now. I wish you guys could hear it, honestly. I looked for an edited version, but... He's 18 years old. He's younger than a lot of you. Okay. And the reason why I showed you that music video was because a week after he released that music video, he was shot while riding his bike in Chicago by a member of the opposite gang, and he was killed. So he's not living right now. All because of a YouTube video. Now, all of that occurs between gang violence, but outside of the gang violence in Chicago, there's violence at everyone that lives there. USA Today did a report of a 15-year-old girl named Hadia Pendleton. She performed at Barack Obama's inauguration. She was an honor student and a cheerleader, and she went to high school every day, and she planned on going to college. And Hadia was hanging out with her friends at a park, trying to avoid some rain under her roof, until a 20-year-old got out of his car and ran up on her friends and shot both of them and killed her. And there was no reason behind it. He just killed her for no reason. And the Christian Science Monitor did a report, and there was a 20-month-old baby that was killed in the backseat of a car in Chicago. And the killer confessed to doing it and said that he was aiming to kill her father, which doesn't really make it much better. And there was a 7-year-old in Chicago who was a 7-year-old girl selling candy at a candy stand in her front yard, and was hit by a stray bullet and killed after she was shot. And the Washington Post reported that in the year of 2012 in Chicago, there were 319 public school students who were shot, and out of the 319, 24 died. So, shout out to healthcare, but that's still a bad number. And the Sunday Telegraph did an interview with someone from Chicago who was around 20 years old, and he said that most people in Chicago don't plan on living past the age of 21, which some of you are older than that here. And that gang violence violence and non-gang violence leads to Chicago being the most violent city in America. The Washington Post did a report, and in the year of 2012, between January 1st and December 23rd, there were 2,364 shootings in the city, and out of those shootings, 487 people died. And the Christian Science Monitor reported that at the end of 2012, there were 513 total murders in the city of Chicago, which was the most throughout the country. And so far this year, the Christian Science Monitor reported that there were 42 murders in the month of January, and there's 31 days in the month, so you're talking about more than one murder a day. And with the 513 that total happened last year, there's 365 days in the year, so it's a little over one a day for murders. So that leads me in conclusion that 800 miles away from us, the same country as us, American citizens, there's a city where murders occur more than one a day. And gang violence is a common way of life, and it's very popular for people, and they accept it as normal. But even though the gang members accept it as normal, even the people who don't accept it as normal ultimately become a part of it and become victims of it. And all of that leads to Chicago being the most violent city in the country.